It is, I think, a fair comment to say that sustainability is a founding principle for NEOM. So please welcome back to the stage Menno de Jonge, Director Digital Delivery for NEOM, who will explain how the company is setting out to reshape the construction industry with its digital transformation plans.
Assalamu alaikum. So I would like to talk to you about NEOM and how we deploy digital technologies in our organization. And I already talked about it a little bit in the panel discussion. Would like to talk a little bit more about NEOM and our vision, our strategy that we apply in our organization. So my name is Menno de Jonge. I'm originally from the Netherlands and would love to talk to you about our digital aspirations. I have a background in civil and building engineering, studied in the Netherlands, and have been working with a number of global construction companies who were headquartered in the Netherlands, but had operations across the globe. And for a short period in time, I was also employed with Autodesk as a business development manager. And currently, in March of this year, started with NEOM, and I'm very proud to be part of this organization to really lead the change in this space going forward. And there is a lot of expertise that has been built up from myself, but also from the people in my team, on a lot of activities across these kind of projects. These are just a number of projects that were done by my previous companies, where we deployed a lot of digital technologies in these projects, like 3D scanning, like augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, gaming technologies. All these kind of technologies have been implemented in these kind of projects. So let's first start with NEOM itself. What is NEOM? What kind of project is this? And it is a project that is very unique in its kind. It's an unprecedented project. The scale is unprecedented. It's currently the largest project that is being done in the globe. But we also have a unique location in the globe. We are about 6 hours away from 40% of the global population. It is an area where about 13% of the global trade flows through the Red Sea and the Channel. NEOM is also gigantic. We have 26.5 thousand kilometers, which is about the size of the country of Belgium. We will have our own regulatory environment. We are building our own digital backbone, the most advanced backbone that you can imagine. We will be powered by 100% renewable energy, and 95% of this area that we cover will be a sustainable, natural environment and will not be built up. So the beauty of this part of the world, as you can see a little bit in the background images, will be kept untouched as much as possible. Our vision is to be the land of the future, where the greatest minds and best talents are powered to embody pioneering ideas and exceed boundaries in a world inspired by imagination. That is the vision of NEOM. And we redefine livability, we redefine business, and we redefine conservation. That is the three most important parts of NEOM. There's two things in NEOM. On the one side, we are building the state of NEOM with all the projects that you are probably aware of, the Line, Trojana, Oxygen, and since recently also Sindala Island was announced. So we are building all these projects. But a very important part of NEOM is also to diversify the economy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia under the Vision 2030. We have been establishing a number of sectors that are responsible for diversifying these economies. You see here the 16 sectors that are now operative, and it's in the area of food, in the area of tourism, energy, water, education, technology and digital. And the sector I'm working for is the design and construction sector, which will redefine the most advanced design and construction industry of the world. That's what our main focus is. And as I said also, we are building these projects. So the Line, which is the 170 kilometer long linear city, Oxygen, partly floating industrial city in the south of NEOM, and Trojena, which is our sustainable all year round tourism destination. And a lot of people see great images, see great videos, see great marketing material about NEOM, and wonder a little bit, is this really true? Is this really happening? And I can assure you, looking at this timeline, we are actually doing a lot of work on the ground in NEOM. A lot of excavation work is going on, a lot of piling is already going on for the line, so things are really happening. The first project will open its doors in early 2024, so things are really moving up to speed. And I'm talking about Sindala Island there. So it's really happening. But we do have a huge challenge. The design and construction sector exists to drive the wholesale transformation of the industry in NEOM. We want to design a new sector, including the full value chain economy. So there's a lot of challenges that we have, and the economy relies on interfaces with all economies at NEOM. So it's an integral part. There's a lot of things going on, and it's very difficult to manage this across this huge mega project. We have a huge challenge also in the area of design and construction. We have no legacy infrastructure, and we really want to build the most technically advanced design and construction industry in a sustainable region in line with the Saudi Vision 2030. And with that, we are developing circular innovation with key projects going live as early as 2024, which is Sindala Island. So a huge challenge. And we need to do things completely different. So here you see that we are very busy in pioneering the new fourth industrial revolution technologies. We are creating the most advanced and largest design and construction and industrialized construction industries across NEOM. And we are leveraging best practices in the treatment of workers, also a very important part of the work we are doing. We really want to treat our workers in the best way possible. And this graph was already addressed in the panel discussions earlier. The state of the industry, the state of the construction industry, according to this study from McKinsey of a couple of years ago, is even behind our agriculture, farming, forestry, fishing and hunting. So we are in a very bad situation, and we really need to move to a much more advanced position. We are applying a lot of technologies in our industry, moving from the first industrial revolution, now moving into the fourth industrialized revolution on the right. So a lot of things are happening. One of the things that we are really focusing on was this message or this slogan that we have: we build it before we build it, as I mentioned in a panel discussion also. So we are really building our digital twin in a fully digital way before we actually go out on the construction site or into our factories to build things physically. So we build it before we build it. We build it digital before we build it physical. And we have identified a number of steps in our digital twin vision where we produce what we call our digital master after the third phase in our digital phase of the project, and then move into the physical phase of our project, where we add a lot of data, a lot of information to our digital master, and finally create our digital twin that we use to support our operation and maintenance or facility management phases of the project. So the digital twin will really exist after construction, after applying all these industrialized design and construction technologies, and at this moment in time we are mainly talking about our digital master. Also talking about our digital control engine, which is the information management environment in which we store all the information that is being produced by our stakeholders, currently mainly in the design phase, and later on also when construction is really going to kick in during the construction phase, where we add a lot of data, a lot of information into our digital construction engine or common data environment, as you could call it also. And everything can be digitized. We have a lot of examples that are out there, very complex buildings that can be done in a completely digital way. They can be built digitally first before they are going to be built digitally. So it is possible, it is happening. And to deliver the future of construction, we really need to transform, we really need to change from this behavior, being out there on a construction site, erecting rebar cages in a very traditional 1950s way, to a completely redefined, re-engineered, new processes, in a fully digital way, applying all these technologies to make this possible. And to become a groundbreaking sector, we need to transform everything we do in collaboration with all of you. So it's not only about us, we need all of you to support us, to help us, to collaborate in making this possible. And for that we built a vision, and it was mentioned in the previous panel discussion also. It is not about jumping into solutions, jumping into deploying technology. Please start with making a good strategy, develop a good vision on how you want to deploy this technology in your organization. This vision was developed a couple of months ago, and we're now into full speed to deploying large parts of this vision into NEOM. We have a high-over vision, advancing human progress, where we want to build the world's leading digitally enabled D&C sector, or D&C economy. We have set a large number of KPIs and also maturity measurement technologies to measure the outcomes of the work we're doing. So it's not only about just deploying technology, but we're also measuring and looking into the outcomes that we create. And the bottom part of this slide is probably the most important. We have developed 3 pillars that we're focusing on. And if I talk from the right to the left, our digital supplier ecosystem is all about working together with all the stakeholders that work in NEOM. Our contractors, general contractors, our subcontractors, our suppliers, our hardware and software vendors. We are working together with this ecosystem. In the middle, us as a client, where we want to be the most advanced digital client in the space of design and construction. Focusing a lot on that in the middle pillar. And on the left is really about building these new economies, where we established this contact organization in NEOM to attract and scale startups across NEOM. And a number of startups, for example, WakeUp, that you can see at the bottom on the sponsor list, is already heavily involved in our projects at the moment. More important also, the bottom 2 layers in this graph. The first one I want to talk about is the design and construction digital platforms. That's all about technology, about enterprise architecture, about picking and selecting the right software vendors, startups, and to integrate them into a way of working that we can really excel in the area of design and construction. And for me, most important is the bottom layer in this vision, the organizational enablers. And I talked about that in a panel discussion already. It is really about changing people, upskilling, training people. So a lot of work being done in the people side of things, but also in the process side of things, re-engineering, rethinking processes. And at the end, our value proposition. Talk about what we're doing, change, communicate about that with the world, collaborate about that with the other mega projects in the kingdom, but also with all the experts and organizations that are out there in the world. So this is our vision. And to give you a little bit of insight in what we are currently doing, and I mentioned a couple of these things already in the panel discussion. Let's start from the right to the left again. Our Digital Transformation Academy, still mentioned here as BIM Training Academy. We're currently setting that up in our Design and Construction Innovation Hub in NEOM, where we will train and upskill a lot of our people. We have been building BIM maturity tool sets to really measure the maturity of all our stakeholders that are working in the space of digital. And we're building a lot of use cases that I talked about in our digital overlay to the plan of works. In the middle, we are currently setting up a BIM audits unit where we work together with our internal audit organization, our technical standard organization, etc., to set up a audit unit to audit all stakeholders that are working in NEOM. The digital plan of work, I talked about that, and we are now currently setting up our digital twin cave and our project control room in our innovation hub in NEOM. And on the left side, the digital D&C economy, attracting and scaling startups in NEOM, make them grow and develop new businesses in NEOM, or the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and make it possible for them to really excel in what they're doing. So with that, my time is flashing 0 seconds. I think I was on time. With that, I would like to conclude and thank you for your attention and hope that this was inspiring for you. Thank you.